Do the robot. Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. This is our weekly recap of Married to Medicine. And if you were here for our Real Housewives Potomac recap, I said this episode felt like a filler. So I rewatched it. And I still feel like it was a filler episode. But we're going to talk about it. I'm not going to be here long. It's a beautiful, you know what it is? Maybe it's the rainy day that makes me not want to do anything. Because I'm sort of like, oh, how much rather lay in bed and just watch television and not talk about Married to Medicine. It was okay. If I had to rate this episode, I'd probably give it a 6. Okay? Come on. Mr. Melon Magic says, Lipton's right. Are those the sweet tea fans? Come on. All right. Kay Avery says, what did you eat for lunch? I basically had a brunch. I had a raisin bagel with cream cheese, and I made eggs. I made some eggs. And then I had a couple of candy canes. Healthy diet, isn't it? I wanted to just make something quick. All right, fine. I should have made a shake. All right. But no, the shake wouldn't have filled me. But I probably will have a shake after this, and then I'll have dinner. Okay. Exactly, Chelsea. Not the Liptons. All right. Carrie Day says, I'm back. What's going on? Okay. All right. All things reality T Star says, I'm with you on that rating too. It was okay. And you know I love me some Married to Medicine, but this episode was, it was okay. And I was surprised that it was giving that. Because I think I said last week I was excited for this trip, but now I'm like, Oh, see? Caramel says a 6. You're too kind. See? That's what I should have made. But I don't think I have toast, do I? Kaver says I'm about to eat avocado toast. That sounds good. Lakia, are we birthday twins? May 11th? You know who also shares our birthday? A couple of people. A couple of problematic people. But we're not problematic, right? Kenye says Toya won this episode for me. Yes, Toya really was definitely activated in her confessionals. And, there's some stuff that I want to talk about in regards to this. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's easy and it's free. We are live again for the second time. We're back to our Mondays being jam-packed. All right. I didn't check to see any other news stories because I just didn't want to know. But we did give you some stuff over the last few days. So if you missed it, be sure to check it out. We also recapped Love and Marriage Huntsville yesterday. We recapped it twice last week just to make up for the episode that we missed. So be sure to check that out if you haven't already. Lakia says, okay, May 11th. Okay, May 11th. So we see each other. We got a few problematic people that share May 11th, though. Just saying. Cam Newton also is May 11th. I thought that was interesting. Isn't Black China also May 11th? I mean, she's turning her life around, okay, after the S trafficking charges. Just not charges, but like accusations. Not charges, accusations. Hayat said the news is so draining. I know. I'm not gonna even check the news. It's the holidays. 'Tis the season. Look, is there anything else we can talk about besides Married to Medicine? Some people were asking me to watch Southern Charm. I'm not interested. I'm already behind how many seasons. I'm not interested in catching up on the show. I'm actually tired of Bravo shows. I'm tired of reality television, to be honest. So, exactly. Ariana says Cam is problematic. I told you, May 11th, we got a few people that are problematic. Mr. Melon Magic says the accommodations were lacking. I am even broke, and that was low for me. I don't think the accommodations were that bad. I mean, they were going for like a whole, country feel. I actually thought that was impressive how they had the little carriages and everyone had their own carriage house. I thought that was nice. I thought it was nice. Here we go with the signs. Vlog with Anomaly says September 7th, Virgo in the house. Oh, when we start talking about the different signs, especially Virgo, people getting their feelings, but it's okay. Chris says, I am tired of hearing about Cam's weird self. Look, this is why I always say not all signs are the same. You got to know their moon sign and the rising sign. Don't know what those are. I did watch his interview, not all of it, just clips, because, I like Money Long, the singer. I interviewed her years ago when she was up and coming, and she really wasn't even assigned to a major deal yet. And her name was Priscilla Renee, her government. So I'm very familiar with her. So I was really interested in watching the interview. I didn't watch the entire interview though. I watched clips. Mr. Melvin Badger says, did something happen during the RHOP live? Kemp seems over it all. No, over it, y'all. No, it's not that. It could be a little bit of the itis because I just ate. But also, I'm just not that interested in the show. I mean, I like Married to Medicine. I'm just not interested in this particular episode. Even after watching it a second time. Sometimes when I watch it the first time, I'm like, and then I watch it a second time, I'm like, oh, it was better. No. Jen said I was right about all of my analysis of Virgos. Jen says, as a Virgo, I wear my bulletproof vest when I'm in the live chat. Do people say other bad things about Virgos in the live chat? I only pay attention to what I say. God only knows what they say in the comment section. I definitely don't see that. Okay. Julie says, over Bravo, but loving Niles on 90 Day Fiancé the other way. Oh, that's another one I need to catch up on. I just caught up on 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days. I started watching 90 Day The Last Resort. No, I'm done watching that. That is such a desperate attempt at TLC to get more money out of us to watch. No, I'm not interested. It's because those are the same couples that we know just are doing this. Like, what happens? Okay, this is reality TV related. It's actually almost sick when you think about when someone goes on reality television, that becomes their end all be all. So they have to do everything reality if it's not the same show that they've been on. And what happens after reality television for these people? You can probably count on one hand people that have turned reality TV into a brand and a business, and they don't necessarily have to do reality TV anymore. I mean, and I'm talking about outside of reality television. Like Bethany, she's gone on to have multiple businesses and she's a millionaire. Yes, she doesn't do reality TV right now, but she did, and she talked about it. But she really didn't need to. And I see some of the people that are constantly doing reality television in different iterations, and I'm like, that's sad. And look, this is someone that talks about reality television all the time. I'm just sort of like, but they kind of get stuck in this hamster wheel. Look at Brandi Glanville. Now that she lost that Bravo check, she's like suffering physically, mentally, and financially. Exactly, GB. Cardi B is like the one of the very few that go from reality television to have a huge music career, and she's a pop celebrity. There's not a lot of people. It's actually sad when I look at some of the folks. Look at Real Housewives of New Jersey and what those ladies are doing now. Now that they're not doing their reality show, they're all trying to figure out what to do. They're all trying to figure out what to do. I saw that Melissa Gorga launched sprinkle cookies. Melissa, why'd you wait so long? Look, I ordered some because I like food. Look, it's not team anybody. I like food. I like sprinkle cookies. Come on. Of course I ordered some. I'll let you know if they're good. I mean, I'm surprised she took so long to do sprinkle cookies. You know what I mean? Shout out to everyone on TikTok watching my Chris Brown story. I don't want to say it went viral because I don't consider it viral, but it went really popular on TikTok. So if you're not following me on TikTok, it might be one of my last posts because look, TikTok might not be here in a few weeks. All right. Erica says that Brandy Glanville's down bad. Part of me feels bad for her. I know some people are mean and they don't feel bad for her, but I feel bad for her. Martin says, Kempire, what are your opinions on Wendy Williams spotted in Florida? I did see that where she was picking up like seafood or something like that. Well, she was in the back seat picking up seafood. Here's the thing. Do I believe the Guardian 100%? No. Look, no. But I think we need to also, I think fans are very hopeful in regards to Wendy Williams and what's going on with Wendy Williams. I do believe that Wendy Williams has dementia. I do believe that. We saw the signs of it during the Where is Wendy Williams documentary. It is nice to see Wendy, but I don't think that Wendy, I know the rumors were out there or in court documents, they said that she was permanently incapacitated. The video footage that we saw of Wendy Williams didn't show me that Wendy is fine. She was just like, hi. That, like, I want to be hopeful as well, guys, but that wasn't enough for me to be like, oh, Wendy's okay. Okay. And we also have to remember certain terminology in the court system isn't what we deem in our real lives or what we view as fact, or like, the word elderly in the I forgot what it is. In the terms of the law, I forgot what age it was, you're considered elderly, and what we deem elderly doesn't align. So I say all that to say we wish Wendy Williams well, regardless. All right. Okay. Let me see. Oh, Jessica says Brandy reminds me of Katie. Katie from Potomac. Katie Roast. Tish says, poor Brandy out here looking like what she's been through. I did see that Dr. Terry Dubrow, from Botched, and also Heather Dubrow's husband and a renowned plastic surgeon, had his own opinions in regards to what's going on with her face. You may have seen the photos of that. I like when smart people talk, and I used to love watching Botched. I just kind of fell off from watching it. Nothing in particular. But yeah. RC says that I believe Wendy Williams has been drugged daily. If they can get her away from that whack conservator, I believe she'll restore mentally pretty quickly. Well, that was what the family was saying. The family had come out and said that she's better than ever. So she's more here than she was, a few months ago. So we shall see. Like, look, I think we all wish Wendy well. It's sad that this is what her legacy has turned into in regards to, where she is. But we'll just have to wait and see. Like, we're going to keep an eye on that Guardian and what she's doing with Wendy's money. But okay. Big Miss Muffin says, what did Terry Dubrow say? I mean, he said a lot of a lot of medical stuff that I can't reiterate. However, what Brandy had said, that she felt like she had a parasite in her face. She wasn't sure. He says he doesn't think it's that. He had his own terminology. I think they're going to link up, and maybe he's going to help her. Here we go. Brandy says, I think Terry set up that video intentionally for Brandy to nudge her to call him or make an appointment with him. Here we go again, blaming the Dubrows about calling the paparazzi. Black Celine says, Wendy and I are the same age. I am not a senior, honey. Say no to toxic men and drugs. Let her chill in the sunset. The heyday is over. Damn. Whew. Miranda says, I don't believe Wendy's family or the conservator. Damn. Okay. Wendy says, another Wendy, our Wendy, says, people love your skin and just take care of it. You won't need plastic surgery. Well, speaking of plastic surgery, let's talk about Married to Medicine. I'm surprised. Do we have a plastic? No. I'm surprised we had a plastic surgeon on this show before? I feel like we have, but maybe not as a main character. I feel like that's what Married to Medicine is missing. Like a female plastic surgeon. Do I know a female plastic? I'm sure they're out there. A black one though? We need that. What's going on with casting? Y'all, oh, you guys over there casting or worry about recycling Dr. Gregory and all. Like, we need to find some black excellence in regards to the medical field. Well, apparently later, I guess soon in the season, we're going to get a friend of the show, another doctor that will be a part. But I think she's a psychiatrist as well. All right. Mary Jane's baby says, Brandy said the doctor told her that the parasite is in her face. She lost teeth on the side and in the back too. Oh, God. Yes, thank you, Poppy. I was like, I know we had a plastic surgeon. Yes. Oh, Anila's husband. And he was so funny. He was so, oh, yes. Thank you. See, I can't remember everything. Well, you know, Carrie, it was more about Carrie than it was about her husband. But yeah, her husband, Duncan, was a plastic surgeon as well, right? Yes, RC, the husband of the Indian couple. I don't miss Anila. I miss the husband. Kiara says that Anila's husband and Jill's husband were plastic surgeons. Yeah. Kimberly says Dr. Heavenly did an interview with her plastic surgeon. Okay. All right. Let me see. Big Miss Muffin says, I'm a woman of many accolades. Phaedra, girl, deliver us. That one lady's husband was a plastic surgeon. She was only on for a small amount of time. You mean Anila? Yeah, I couldn't remember. I don't know. I'm envisioning in my head for Married to Medicine, I want like a black female plastic surgeon. Just something like I just had that thought. But okay, exactly. Beautiful Gem says, Jill who? Exactly. Hayat said the Dr. Karen. The husband was so messy. I loved it. But apparently no one else loved it, Hayat. It's just me and you. I used to love him. I didn't love Anila, but I loved him. I remember seeing Anila at BravoCon on the floor with everyone, and she had like 1 or 2 fans that came up to her. I was like, hey, Anila. Oh my gosh. See, Jessica says, I love Dr. Kieran. I remember when he checked Dr. Scott at the reunion. He was great reality television. I wouldn't be mad to see them come back. I mean, because Anila really is still in the circle. This is what I do like about Married to Medicine. These folks really do hang around each other. Toya still hangs out with Anila. They're in a better place despite, accusing Toya of possibly robbing her. Allegedly. You know what I mean? IG says, I'm late. I'm a little bit late, but I made it. No, you're not. We were talking about some other stuff. Now we're going to get into our Married to Medicine recap. All right. Big Miss Muffin says, Dr. Kieran and Dr. Scott, that was epic. Yeah. All Things Reality T Star says, I love his sarcasm myself, but I am a Sag. I love it too. I think he was great. Yes, Kimba. You guys are all reminding me. But like in my head, I'm envisioning like a black female plastic surgeon. They've got to have one in Atlanta. Do you guys know of any? Not that I'm looking. Look. Not that I'm looking for one, but I mean for the show. I'm casting right now. Okay. El Singleton says I would love Dr. Anila and Dr. K to return. Honestly, I say this every season. Audra. She was an attorney, but her husband was a doctor. I love their relationship. But okay. Look, okay, fine. I say this all. T says 1 or 2 fans. That's so embarrassing. Look, it was literally, I think, her first season though. I mean, it had aired already, but anyways. Oh damn! Tia says the UPS costumes were epic. Who's probably Nigerian? Who are you referring to? All right. Black Celine says there are. Remember Atlanta Plastics? No. What's that? Was that a reality show? I never saw that. Okay. Big Miss Muffin says I did like Audra. Wasn't she a realtor too? Possible, because I know a lot of attorneys that dabble in that world as well. So maybe. I don't remember. Bring Audra back. A lot of you didn't like her, but I liked her. I thought she was actually really good. And she's married to Medicine. Well, now that Phaedra is not going to return next season for Married to Medicine, maybe that will leave room for her. Honestly, I like Audra more than Dr. Contessa. And ever since the therapist called in and says Dr. Contessa looks sad, and I was like, oh. Now that I'm watching, I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, Audra's from Ghana. Okay, Audra's from Ghana. Okay. I do remember that. Let me go get my Jamaican passport so I don't need a visa when I go to Ghana. I just saw a TikTok on that. Shan, thank you so much for the super chat. Shan says, hey, Kempire, I know I'm jumping ahead, but Dr. Jackie losing her virginity to Curtis explains everything. I was shook. I had no idea. They've been together that long? Or did she lose her virginity very late? Yes, when she talked about that, I was like, what? So that's the only man she's ever been with. Wow. Oh, Latasha says Atlanta Plastics sounds like the name of a documentary. But what was it? Like, what was it? Oh, Mr. Mellon Matthew says that is another I am bored because of Contessa lying self. Kimba says that Sweet Tea's gotta go. Michelle says that I don't like Contessa, she's boring. Damn. Lawson says that she was a late bloomer. Dr. Jackie, I couldn't tell. All right, so let me start at the top. Oh God, do I have to? Look, do I have to? So the women arrive at the ranch. They get the little Unity purple bandana, fine, and then they talk about the virginity stuff because they were asking like, what were you guys talking about in your car? And then they start talking about virginity. And Sweet Tea talked about how, you know, when she had sex for the first time, she didn't enjoy it. How about you guys? Look, we're gonna ask about you guys. How was your first time? Could you relate to what the women were saying? Dr. Jackie says her first time was anticlimactic. And clearly Curtis had a kid before Dr. Jackie, right? So he was already, you know, laying it low and spreading it wide and allegedly still in the DR. What? Who said that? So she talks about that, but she said it was anticlimactic. And I was like, oh. Okay. Was your first time like that? Mary J. Baby says, I enjoyed it. Speaking of Contessa wanted to make sure we knew that she was so tight. She was tight. So it was painful when her first time. Nora says, I was 22 and it hurt. Ew. Ew. Oh, see, Rhonda says same. Didn't enjoy it. See, now this would be a great conversation for the OBGYNs. I just feel like they just talked about not enjoying it. I wish they would have kind of talked about why everyone's experience might be a little bit different. You know what? Kenya says, mine was amazing. Excuse me? Yeah, KB, I want to know too, like, how old was Dr. Jackie when she got married? Because she's 60-something years old. So when did she get married to Curtis? How long have they been married? Oh, Angel says, I agree with Contessa. It was painful. Jessica says it was scary. Beautiful Bullish says, painful pleasure. Excuse me? Jay says, it was okay, but didn't hurt. Okay. Mr. Melon Magic, mind your business. It's a little bit different for men. Men, they're not experiencing what women are experiencing when it comes to their first time. So I'm not going to ask a man. I don't care about men. I'm talking about women. Because it seems like it's 50-50. Some people said it was pleasurable. Some people said it was painful. Beautifully Bullish says it was painful pleasure. Rhonda says probably 20s or 30s. She's 60-something. How long have they been together? Ooh. And Andrea says, I didn't like it the first 2 or 3 times. Wow. See, that doesn't make sense, AJ. AJ says Dr. Jackie's married for 20 years or less. Does that mean she got married? Dr. Jackie lost her virginity in her late 30s, 40s? What? That's what I was wondering, because like, I don't think her and Curtis have been together that long. I mean, they've been together long, but not 30, 40 years. Do we know? Shauna says, was Dr. Jackie saying Curtis was her one and only? Did I hear her wrong? No, she said she lost her virginity when she got married. Was she married before before Curtis? That's the most interesting thing we got to talk about when it comes to Dr. Jackie. Okay. All right. Lee says, was Dr. Jackie only married to Curtis? That would explain a lot. We need explanations. Can someone tell me? Oh, you know what? Some of y'all are terrible in the chat. I am not going to repeat what some of you are saying. Right, Winter? We're going to talk more about this when I come to Washington, D.C., guys. Don't forget the Kempire After Dark live experience is coming to Washington, D.C. Friday, January 24th. And we can talk about all of this, okay? Your first time, all of it, okay? And then, of course, Friday, February 21st, we're bringing the Kempire After Dark live experience back to New York City. So get your tickets for that. There is a live stream option. So there's a separate link for that. More information on both dates will be available in the description. Don't forget to like the video. We are talking about Married to Medicine. And honestly, I'd much rather talk about y'all first time than talk about this episode. The episode was not great. It definitely was giving filler this week. So they were talking about their first time. We need to get to the bottom of Dr. Jackie. Okay, I need to understand. Lauren, Lauren, I just read your comment. I don't even know if I can put that up on the screen. Rael says Jackie is extremely boring. No wonder she lost it to Curtis. I just want to kind of fast forward. Let me just focus on things I want to talk about. Speaking of boring, I did not understand, because Toya never called anyone boring, but when Simone brings that up, Toya says to Dr. Jackie, she's like, Heavenly could be fake, and Dr. Jackie can be boring. And Dr. Jackie says to Toya, well, you could lack substance. And everybody had this weird reaction. I feel like Dr. Jackie probably said something worse, and they edited it, because it doesn't make sense. Why is it okay for Toya to call Heavenly fake and Dr. Jackie boring, and Dr. Jackie can't say to Toya that she lacks substance? Dr. Jackie, you said something else, didn't you? Dr. Jackie, you said something else. Did you say something about her fertility? What did you say? Because everyone's reaction doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You said something worse. Now I need to go back and watch it, because I need to see your lips move when you say it. I think you said something worse, and they don't want you to have the same season that you had last season, so they changed it. Because the way that Simone was reacting, the way that Heavenly was reacting, saying that you've gone too far, and then Toya was like, you need to apologize. Toya, you just called her boring. So I don't say lacking substance is where we draw the line. You said something else. You definitely said something else. I'm just having the aha moment right now. So maybe this episode was definitely busy, more interesting than I thought. Yeah, Danny says, I was puzzled. She said something worse. Because even Toya was like, oh, you need to apologize. And they edited it. She didn't say you lack substance, because you could have said worse. She could have talked about, her house or something. Daddy says, Jackie's right, though. I mean, yes. But I don't think that's what she said. I don't think that's what Dr. Jackie said. What did Dr. Jackie say? They're protecting Dr. Jackie. What did Dr. Jackie say? It had to be a lot worse. Sevi says, I think they all reacted the way because it's true. Toya lacks substance. But Dr. Jackie is boring. So, okay. Poppy says that the edits were editing. Samira says that was my exact response. Miss Bernice says, Jackie is boring. Come on now. And Tears of Joy says, Jackie wasn't lying. I mean, yes, but I honestly, that's why I find it interesting that Toya was like, you need to apologize. You just called her boring. I don't understand why that was such a big deal. Thank you. Jessica says, Kempire, I'll watch Heavenly's Patreon tonight and ask her what she said. I don't think Dr. Heavenly's going to throw Dr. Jackie under the bus again. But feel free and report back, Jessica. Feel free and report back. Send me a DM so I know. Shadrika says that Toya is boring. Not more boring than Dr. Jackie. not more boring than Dr. Jackie. Okay. Okay, speaking of Toya, Toya calls out Phaedra. She's like, I want to know what ticks off Phaedra. And Phaedra's like, why do you want to know what ticks me off? And Heavenly's like, because she wants to do it. No, I look, this is where I can appreciate Toya. Everyone is showing up and giving of themselves and their lives. And Phaedra sort of just glides by and probably is getting paid the most on this cast and not giving anything. But Phaedra's like, I'm a well-accomplished woman. And, Toya is busy playing tennis. See, that's so easy to come at Toya for her being a housewife, but there's nothing wrong with being a housewife. There's nothing wrong with Toya playing tennis all day. There's nothing wrong. I'm sure a lot of us wish we had that life. You know what I mean? It's not like she's living off the state. Her husband is out there working. She's maintaining their life at home. I mean, the whole moving from house to house, okay, fine. We haven't forgotten about that. But Phaedra, just because you're taking care of yourself, look, you don't have a stellar background when it comes to your relationships. Yeah, you might be well accomplished, but we know what Apollo was doing. We also know what that lady said that you were doing too, but you never got caught. Allegedly. Look, allegedly. So Heavenly says that everyone in the group feels that Phaedra is a fake B word, but no one's willing to say it except Toya. And that's my problem with Phaedra. Like, I love me some Phaedra on Traders. I thought that was a great avenue for her because she doesn't have to share her life. She just has to play a game. Again, I think we're going to like regular Robin on the new season of Traders because she doesn't have to share her life. She's just going to play a game. Okay? So Abdi says, win a case. See, this is why when y'all try to say that that Cynthia is not iconic, we all say win a case to Phaedra, okay? But that Phaedra, like, come on now. I appreciate Toya calling her out. She's like, Phaedra thinks that Toya is just needs something to do. No, she's like, you're on the show, and none of us feel like we're getting to know you. There's 50 chapters to Phaedra, and she's only giving us one. No, I feel like you're being generous, Toya, by saying that she's giving you one chapter. She's not even giving you one chapter. She's giving you cliff notes of that one chapter. So the women end up going to their rooms, and Quad is not feeling this trip. This is not Quad's type of trip. She'd much rather be on a beach. I thought this was cute. This is a short trip. This is not their big trip. I thought this was cute. It's something different. Maybe this was why I'm bored. Maybe Quad is right. Okay. And Heavenly is not enjoying it either. She was like, "Where's the TV?" Be with your thoughts, okay? Blacksling says Toya shouldn't be asking Apollo questions? ? Miss Bernice says all Toya was saying that we're not going to open up if you don't. Exactly. In real life, outside of reality television, outside of reality. Wait, did you like Tamara on Traders? No, she wasn't even there that long. Here's the thing. What was I saying? No, look, you got me all sidetracked. I forgot what I was saying in regards to the Phaedra stuff. But anyways, hey, Nova Scotia. Donna watching from Nova Scotia. Facebook Elizabeth is watching. Says, well, Toya is married to a doctor. She's on the correct show, Married to Medicine. I love Phaedra on Traders, but this is not the show for her. Hey, Giselle, watching from South Africa on our TikTok. Appreciate you. Miss Brooklyn says, I thought it was cute, and it is good to sometimes try something outside your comfort zone. Try different things in work. Okay. Um, Letitia on my TikTok says they won't open up to Phaedra if Phaedra won't. That's what I was trying to say. Is that try pertaining this to your real life. If someone you were trying to get to know that's new in your friend group wasn't opening up, would you open up to them? No. No, exactly, Rashawn. I saw that too. On Watch What Happens Live last night, Dr. Heavenly said Phaedra was fake too. Yeah. She just didn't want to say it in that moment. For whatever reason, Heavenly, walks on thin ice. Not walks on thin ice. She walks on eggshells with Phaedra. Not anymore. I think since Phaedra is no longer on the show. Kenya says Phaedra did the grappling on RHOA already. I'm tired of her, quote, trying to be the peacemaker. I'm not, Phaedra has not offered anything last season to the show. She's not offering anything this season. She's sort of just there, collecting a check so that she can go, waiting, baiting, so she can be on Real Housewives of Atlanta, which she is, the last 2 weeks of Atlanta. Ashley says Phaedra was definitely offended by her asking. It's weird because that's what the show is about. Why are you there? Why are you there? Yeah, there was nothing wrong with it, but Phaedra got defensive, and it's like, why are you getting so defensive? She's not asking anything too prying. She could ask you some stuff, but she hasn't. She could ask you about the candy stuff. She could ask you about Apollo going to jail. There's so many things. She could ask you about the Amazon book that came out where it accused you of, doing stuff with Apollo. She could ask you some stuff, but she's not going there. What she's saying is, can you open up a little bit? Caramel says she's leaving. Thank you, Jesus. Yeah, at the end of the season, she's not coming back. She's not coming back. Oh, glamping, you meant. Oh, glamping. Okay, Mrs. Ginger says, for me, a Juris Doctor is a doctorate. They're all doctors to me. It is a Juris Doctorate, but we know what this show is about, okay? And we know the way they try to spin it when Phaedra was on there. She was supposed to be with a doctor. She was dating a doctor. That was supposed to be her way into the show. Either way, even if Phaedra was a doctor, let's say Phaedra was a doctor, okay? She's still not bringing anything to the show. She's not bringing anything. Even her own friends are saying the same thing about her. And she's not bringing anything. Crystal, thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate your support, guys. Don't forget to like the video. It's easy and it's free. We're talking about the latest episode of Married to Medicine, which Phaedra is not. Michelle says they are tired of Phaedra and ready for her to go. Yeah. It says, yeah, but not a medical doctor. It's Married to Medicine, not to law. Ooh. Again, I don't think any of us would care. This is what it goes back to when I say I don't need someone to have a storyline. I need them to be interesting. Phaedra, yes, she's given us interesting moments over the years. However, she's not interesting because she's so self-aware. I think ever since, I don't know what season it was of RHOA, she's become this caricature of herself. So even if she wasn't dating a doctor, even if she was just Phaedra and she was just open, fun, and involved in everything, it would be better. It's not. She's just sort of there. I don't love this Instagram thought influencer character she's now playing, cosplaying as an attorney. I don't get it. I don't like it. I'm not interested in it. But that's me. But maybe I'm the only one. But this is my channel, so I'll say what I want. Okay, Jessica says, all these shows, married is the key word. Housewives is the key word. Love James says, she seemed relaxed when Quad showed up to her room. She's clearly not comfortable with the others. No, because I think with Quad, I feel like she knows she's not going to be asked anything deep. It's always going to be about Quad. So I think that's what it is. Okay. Hey, Brownie's watching. Hey, Tay. What's going on, everyone watching on TikTok? Don't forget to keep tapping your screens. Let's get to 6,000 likes. For those that are watching here on YouTube, don't forget to like the video as well. We're talking about the latest episode of Married to Medicine. Be sure to follow up for those that are watching me on TikTok and those that are watching me here. Don't forget, I am now on Lemonade, that's owned by TikTok. I'm also on Blue Sky. Make sure you follow us on Blue Sky as well. I'm just saying. Jamina says, I guess we're all sick of her. Okay. Oh, sorry. Poppy Justice cosplaying as an attorney. Kemp, that was iconic. Isn't it true, though? Like, I'm just tired of it. And here's the thing. Like I said before, if it was something like, you just don't like Phaedra, then I can understand. But you guys know I enjoyed Phaedra on Traders. I thought, like, this is a Phaedra that I like seeing. But again, we didn't have to talk about her personal life. It was just about the game. Black Celine says, is anyone still married on RHOA? Well, technically, Portia, Shamia is married. But damn, there's something about Shamia. But I'm going to keep my opinion to myself until the season premieres. There's something about Shamia. I don't know, but okay. Shamia's married. Kelly isn't. She just got a divorce. Brittany Edie, I think she's not married, but I think she has a boyfriend or fiance, right? Or is she married? I can't remember. Look, we haven't been officially introduced to them just yet. But there are some, I mean, the newbies, that's about it. Look, that's about it. Anyways, Rosanna says, whatever happened to Morticia Phaedra? Anyone that has this, it's not even about this many jobs because she's not actively doing any of these things, okay? Like every day. So when someone has this many streams of income, I'm just going to say that. It's okay to have streams of income. It kind of makes me think, what in the Ozark is going on? And if you watch Ozark on Netflix, you know exactly what that meant. Okay? I'm not going to explain it any further. Moving on. Look, moving on. Anyway, so Heavenly, asked Jackie about Phaedra. It's like, how you feel about, what Toya had to say? And Jackie brings up that Phaedra finds it hard to open up to the group. And she says she hopes that she would because Phaedra said it herself that last season, maybe my marriage would have been saved if I was in this group. I would have had the support of this group. No, you wouldn't have. You were married to a man that was committing crimes. Even when she said it last season, Phaedra, I was like, you would have not stayed with Apollo. You were going to leave him so he could go up that river by himself. And no one would blame you. But you were not going to stay with Apollo. You think Phaedra Parks was going to stay with Apollo while he was locked up? They won't let him out. They won't let him out. Locked up, they won't let him out. Oh. Come on. She was not going to stay with that man. And who could blame her? Who could blame her? K-Baby says Drew should be divorced by now, but she's not. But she's not. I forgot about Drew. Damn. Drew has a nice singing voice. I saw she released some new music. I guess that's what we'll be talking about with her later. This next season, whatever. Look, y'all still drag Ralph on social media. I saw Ralph, I guess it was for Thanksgiving. He posted like a video. And I looked at the comments. The way that people still drag Ralph in his own comment section, I was like, damn, I didn't expect it. They were like just taking him out. I was like, damn, Ralph. I don't know. We'll see how this next season looks, okay? All right. Simone brings up to Toya calling the group boring and fake. We already talked about this scene. And I just want to point out for those that are just joining us, where Toya calls Heavenly fake and Dr. Jackie boring. And then Dr. Jackie says, oh, you lack substance. I don't feel like that's what Dr. Jackie said. Heavenly's reaction to Dr. Simone's reaction for that statement felt weird. Okay? I think Dr. Jackie said something else and they edited it out. Because my thing is, Toya just called her boring. Her saying that she lacks substance, which is true. I felt like, no, they made an edit. There was an edit. Dr. Jackie said something else. But I think because Dr. Jackie had such a terrible season for her own fault, for what she said, I think they edited it. B says Jaguar Right is my birthday, May 7th. No, it's Jaguar May 17th? Or am I wrong? I felt like she was later in the month. That's look at that Gemini energy. Sorry, Geminis. Shout out to everyone watching on TikTok. Thank you guys so much for the gifts and the taps. Let's get to 10,000 likes. We're talking about the latest episode of Married to Medicine. But as you know, if you're new to the channel, this isn't the only thing that we talk about here on the channel. We talk about everything in pop culture. So be sure to check everything out that you may have missed in the last few days. Okay? Including that Jamie Foxx story. Who was throwing glass at Jamie Foxx at Mr. Chow's? Be sure to check out that video that we posted yesterday. Portia says, you don't think lacking substance is a big insult? Yes, I think it's an insult, but at the same time, she just called someone boring. And I think Dr. Jackie is boring too, but I also think that Toya lacks substance. I just didn't feel like it was justified for Toya to be like, oh, you need to apologize. You just called me boring. It just didn't equate. You know what I mean? So I feel like Dr. Jackie said something a lot worse, especially because Heavenly and Simone's like, oh, she went there. Like, it was terrible. I was like, lacking substance, although it's an insult, just did not equate to the reaction. The reaction felt a little different. Poppy says, if you're not secure about your substance, I guess you would find it offensive. Oh, it's true. I just feel like Dr. Jackie said something a lot worse, and they edited it out. I think production is protecting Dr. Jackie the same way they protected her at that reunion. Y'all remember, we recapped that reunion, and we were like, we're just going to breeze over this? Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Saintly Iconic says their response was valid. Okay. But Toya didn't need an apology. Yeah, she just called them, they just called them boring and fake. All right. Poppy says quick. Oh, wait. No, you were responding to someone. Dr. Jackie probably went off the rails, but she apologized really quickly. I'm almost willing to bet money they edited it out. I'm willing to bet money. Joking. We're not betting here. Okay. Anyway, so then it leads to a conversation between Sweet Tea and Heavenly. Heavenly decides she's going to apologize, but Sweet Tea doesn't seem like she's ready for that apology. She's like, you went too far. She makes a couple of, she's like, stupid is or stupid does. And Heavenly was like, and stupid. Sweet Tea, you made it too easy for her. And the way that Heavenly responds, she's like, oh, you're so ghetto. And she was like, you should know ghetto, trash. Oh, Lord. I can't. So it escalates between the two very, very quickly. All right? I will say this. I'm not interested in the fight between Heavenly and Sweet Tea. I think that's part of the reason why I was sort of like, this was an episode. This fight between them seems so nonsensical. You know what I mean? So I just feel like I'm over them fighting. I don't think that Sweet Tea is completely wrong. Dr. Simone later on has a conversation with Sweet Tea, and I felt like Dr. Simone was gaslighting Sweet Tea, like it was Sweet Tea's fault. Like, you haven't dealt with Heavenly over the years and how Heavenly has been abrasive with you. Did anyone else find Dr. Simone's response to Sweet Tea a little weird? Especially because I know you're in a better place with Heavenly, but you of all people should know how bad Heavenly is. And so she made it seem as if Sweet Tea was the problem, and that Sweet Tea needs to, adjust to Heavenly. Because she's like, Sweet Tea will go low, but, Dr. Heavenly will go even lower. What? but Dr. Heavenly does apologize to Sweet Tea, and then she's just sort of like, "You can get back to me when you've accepted it." I'm like, "What? Okay." Um, but then Contessa chimes in, and because Heavenly's confused by Contessa defending Sweet Tea, and and Heavenly's just like, "I apologize to Contessa," and they flash back to the apology that Heavenly gave Contessa a couple of weeks before. Look. Here's the thing, and this is where I twerk on the fence, because right now I'm defending Sweet Tea, but now I'm going to defend Heavenly. We all saw what went down between Heavenly and Contessa, and yes, we did see, and this is something they talk about later in the episode, that these two were close. They definitely became really close. And Contessa tried to switch up on all of us in her last season and make it seem like we were crazy for what she showed us on the show. So, although I'm, quote, team Sweet Tea, I am team Heavenly when it comes to Contessa. But okay. But Contessa says that, Sweet Tea hasn't hurt her. And look, I'm not saying that Dr. Contessa can't be hurt, because Heavenly did make some shady remarks on her YouTube channel. She did. But girl, Dr. Scott hurt you a lot more than any of us, if we're going to be real. But all right. So Heavenly's like, "I am done apologizing." And then she, in her confession, is like, "Well, you know what? I'm apologize again. I apologize." All right. So the ladies end up doing some line dancing, and Sweet Tea is gonna lead them in the line dancing. She's like, I'm here to bring the youthfulness, girl. Although I don't agree with Quad and her friend when they went and said, "Who is that old lady at the door?" I don't think she's an old lady. I don't think she looks like an old lady, but she's definitely not bringing the youthfulness to this group. Even Quad brings more youthfulness than Sweet Tea. Okay, so that's where she lost me, but fine. So the ladies do the line dancing. Quad is just like, "Toya ain't got no rhythm. Dr. Jackie needs to just stand on the side." Who do you thought? Look, I didn't think that Quad was doing much of anything either, but she says, "I got the rhythm and the blues." Okay. Look, fine. Brand says, "Why is Contessa still talking about this? I mean, girl, how many years later?" I mean, it's giving her relevance on the show, because if she was fine, then she would have no relevance on the show. Just saying. So I'm not surprised that this is part of her storyline. But I'm over it as well. Okay. So they do the line dancing fine. Toya encourages, because Heavenly says to Toya, "You did a good job on your dance move." She's like, "How about you say this to Sweet Tea?" So she goes over to Sweet Tea and she compliments her on her dancing. Fine. I don't think they're in a better place, but fine. Okay. Teresa says, "Here goes Quad twerking. Twerking is over and so very ghetto." Look. What else happens that I wanted to talk about here? So Quad is making it her mission because she wants to bring Contessa and Heavenly back together. And then she says that they used to be really close. And then they show all the different moments between Heavenly and Contessa. But I remember Heavenly on her YouTube channel says her and Contessa were really, really close. And they spent time with each other. But okay, so Quad is making her mission to bring these two together. Okay? But Contessa sees Heavenly's reaction, and Heavenly doesn't seem interested in the conversation. And Contessa's like, Quad needs to worry about her own conversation that she has to have with Simone. Simone and Quad, I think their issue is for television, because they have had no problem interacting during this episode. Okay? There is no problem between them. I think any conversation they're going to have is the agreed upon conversation and issue they are going to have for the season. All right. Sita says twerking is not ghetto. Shaking my head. I feel like it fit for the for the moment. Everyone else can twerk. They said that everyone can always twerk. I was like, that's not true. Not everybody can twerk. Not everybody can twerk. Ms. Brooklyn says, then Heavenly pulled a Kyle and said they weren't that close and it was all about Contessa. Yes. So in her conversation, in Heavenly's conversation, because Contessa was just like, Quad needs to mind her own business. She has her own thing to worry about. But Heavenly, in her conversation with Quad, she's like, we were never that close, which you literally said on your YouTube channel that you guys were close. And then she says all she ever did was talk about no, she said this to Dr. Jackie later. All she ever did was talk about what was going on in her relationship. You said out of your own mouth, Heavenly. Heavenly, I'm kind of looking at you. Maybe you are fake, like Toya said. Because even this apology tour that you're doing on social media for, we should have never tried to get Quad fired. I feel like I'm not saying that you should have, but what I'm saying is I feel like you're switching up to kind of go wherever the fans are going. And I want more for you. All right. Exactly. Allie says, Kemp twerks on the fence. Always. I guess she was calling me ghetto. Mr. Melon Magic says, twerk for us, Kemp. Please, joke. Please don't block me. Oh, no. It would take a lot more than that. Okay. Oh, Missy says, I know my Pakistani behind can't twerk at all. We're going to be twerking on the fence at my show, though. Just saying. Exactly. Nora says, we twerk on a fence over here, laughing out loud. Definitely not ghetto. Just saying. Okay. Hold on. Let me bring that down. There we go. Guys, you just joined us. We're talking about the latest episode of Married to Medicine. If you had to rate this episode from 1 to 10, how would you rate it? All right. Michelle says, I can't twerk, It's okay. It's all right. Jessica says, I see what Heavenly means. Contessa's whole friendship with Heavenly was about her own problems. I can definitely see that. And maybe that's the perspective Heavenly has now, looking back at their friendship. But then Heavenly took that information and shared it on her YouTube channel. Exactly. Doreen says, Quad has a lot of fans, so Heavenly plays to them. Just saying. We see you. Look, we see you. So as I mentioned before, we have that conversation with Simone and Sweet Tea that I felt like Simone was gaslighting Sweet Tea, trying to make it seem like Sweet Tea is the brunt of the problem between her and Heavenly. And she says that, Sweet Tea goes low and Heavenly goes even lower. I'm like, why are we making it seem like Heavenly isn't a problem? Especially you, Simone, that has had issues with her over the years. It felt weird. It felt weird to me. Jackie and Dr. Heavenly have a similar conversation about Contessa, and this is where Jackie opens up about, when I lost my friendship with Simone, there were things that I miss. Are there things that you miss about Contessa? And Heavenly's like, no, not really. And she said, that entire friendship really was about Contessa complaining all the time about Dr. Scott, and she felt like the friendship was one-sided. I don't think that they, she's also, Heavenly's a Scorpio, very much like a Taurus. I think when we're done with you, we're done with you. I don't think Contessa and Heavenly will ever go back to being the friends that they were. At least not immediately. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. We appreciate the support. And shout out to those of you that send in Cash Apps, Venmos, PayPals. We appreciate that. Honestly, I see some of them after the live, and some of them I see when I'm doing like my accounting for like PayPal and stuff like that. So thank you all for the support. We appreciate that. Also, thank you so much for the super chats, guys. And shout out to our King's Guards. Don't forget to say hello and thank you to them for holding us down in the live chat and in the comments section. Rashawn, thank you so much for the super chat. Rashawn says, also, if Beyonce calls Toya for fashion advice, it'll be for Farrah to finally find her luggage. You have to really know your Destiny's Child stuff in order to know what that that joke, that shade. Fortune, thank you so much for the super chat. Fortune says, "Sweet tea, bring no youth at all." When she said, "Look, I'm not saying that Sweet Tea's a grandma like Quad's friend was trying to say in the car, but she definitely does not bring youthfulness to the group. I know she's younger, but she does not bring the youthfulness. Youthfulness is an energy." Sidebar, you saw the shade that she threw at Quad when Quad came in. She was happy when Quad came in to be a distraction. She's like, "This is the one time I'm excited to see Quad." I was like, oh gosh. I really don't even understand what their issue is, but it does get dark between Quad and Sweet Tea this season, at least with their husband and boyfriend. Barb, thank you so much for the super sticker. We appreciate the support as well. I love the peer character. I wish that we could show them on here. You can only really see them on YouTube, but thank you so much for the support. We appreciate it. Guys, don't forget to like the video. It's easy and it's free. Before I forget, let me drop the call-in link for our members first. Live chat. Let's get to 400 likes, and I'll drop the call link for you guys. And shout out to almost 1,000 of you watching. I don't know why you haven't liked the video. You've been here the entire time. Okay. Dell says, unnecessary shade towards Quad. I'm going to give her grace, Sweet Tea, some grace, because if you remember last season, there were no issues between Quad and Sweet Tea, but Quad made a lot of like derogatory comments during her interviews last season. And I was just like towards Sweet Tea. And I was like, where is this coming from? Like, why is Quad coming for Sweet Tea like this? But okay. I just feel like, and I don't remember if at the reunion they made amends, but maybe there's always more going on that we don't know about. So who knows? But she has taken a couple of digs at Quad this season that I was like, okay, where's this coming from? All right. If you're a member of the channel, we dropped the call-in link for you guys on the community tab. All right. So the final scenes, I should say, is Toya's preparing for this photo shoot, Cowboy Carter inspired photo shoot. So she's going from room to room to check out everyone's outfits. I don't look to Toya as the most stylish person on this cast. So I found this to be interesting. And based on her own look, we didn't get to see the finished product. I was sort of like, you were actually not even the best dressed of this entire thing, but okay. So she's going from room to room. She goes to Heavenly's room, and Heavenly looking like Thotlandia, but okay. Dr. Jackie gave a look. I liked Dr. Jackie's look. Heavenly looking like Heavenly. Contessa. Who knew Contessa was so tacky? I mean, she was right about the color of Beyonce's wig. Just that Party City wig was, look, the budget's not budgeting for Contessa, okay? She's not getting paid enough in order to invest in like a good old wig for this trip, okay? For this photo shoot. Okay, Tears of Joy says, hold on. Tears of Joy says, Toya definitely is not the most stylish. I really don't think any of them are stylish. That's what I had to think. I was like, is anyone on this stylish? Look. Sweet Tea. No, playing. Okay. Big Miss Muffin says, I liked Dr. Jackie's. Yeah, I like Dr. Jackie's like all white look that she had going on. I actually also like Dr. Simone's. We didn't get to see the Dr. Simone's full look, but Toya liked it too. It was a really good look. I was like, okay, this is coming together. All right. V says Contessa was definitely tacky. And I know Contessa lost weight and got into the fitness stuff, but she looks frail. Anyone else? At least in this episode, she looked more frail than just like muscular or, she lost weight. But I don't know. Okay. We don't get to see the photo shoot. This was a weird way to end the episode. We just see Toya judging all of their looks. And then they are on their way for the photo shoot. We'll see the photo shoot next week. It was a weird episode for me. It was a really, really, really weird episode. It wasn't great, and I watched it twice. Not great. Damn, Poppy. Poppy says it looks dead inside. Damn. Doreen says, I've seen Toya dress outside the show. She's so, she do be dressing. I I'm trying to think of any if I've seen stuff outside the show. At BravoCon, she looked great, but usually they pull out like an actual stylist for BravoCon. Cal says that she looks super skinny. Yeah. Charles says Phaedra has ghetto fabulous style. Yeah, and cosplaying as an attorney. Anyways, look. All right. Um, Pretty Pink Survivor says she lost her hips. I don't know. She looked great when she was doing the fitness thing, and now she just looks frail. Yeah. Look, yeah. All right. All right. So if you're a member of the channel, we posted the call link in the community tab. To become a member, head on over to teamkempire.com/join. Tyree says she looked good at Kathy Hilton's party. Oh, I did see her at Kathy Hilton's party. She did look good there. I can't remember her exact outfit, though. I can't remember her exact outfit. All right, let me get to the callers. Live chat, we'll drop the call link for you once we get to 400 likes. If you had to rate this week's episode of Married to Medicine, how would you rate it? I'm going to give it a 6, and I think that is being generous. Now that I've talked about it with you guys, look, I almost didn't recap it. I really was, but I already set up the recap from last night, but I almost didn't recap it because it's like, I didn't like this episode. Mind you, I was doing multiple things at the same time when I watched it first last night, but then I was like, I wanted to, okay, maybe once I watch it again, I'll feel differently. Not so much. So the big issues for this week's episode is Contessa and Heavenly's relationship, Heavenly and Sweet T's relationship. No one's talking about Quad and Simone having a conversation. I feel like that's just them having to have some sort of storyline. I don't think that it's real. Now that I see that they're able to interact with each other without any issue. So I was sort of like, this is not a real issue. Just have the conversation and be done with it. Tasman says, Toya thinks she's the most stylish. Of course. Okay. Michelle says, do you think any of the women see other women? What do you mean? What do you mean, Michelle? What do you mean? What are you trying to say? Forever Tyranny says, Contessa is very skinny with loose skin on her back. None of them can dress to me. Damn. Well, you know what? Contessa, maybe. Oh, now it makes sense. Here's some insider information. Not really insider, but I'm going to share. Now it makes sense to me why Contessa enlisted Dr. Wendy Stylist. You know, we were just talking about Dr. Wendy Stylist, who I know, she's Jamaican, boop, boop, like Sonya. Chanel, who also styles Lisa Milan. She's also styled like Kenya Moore, Nene Leakes. So that's why Contessa enlisted her to style. I don't know if she's doing everything for Contessa, but she definitely did a few recent looks for Contessa. Oh, it makes sense now. It's probably because of the comments Toya was making during the season. So she decided to get a stylist. Oh, it makes sense now. I'm so glad I put that together. All right. Okay. Tyree says, so y'all don't like the quad style? I mean, I don't hate quad style. Like I've seen her at BravoCon and she puts the looks together. For the most part, I think Quad has good style. Okay. Anyways, let me get to the callers. Live chat, I'm going to drop the call link for you guys. Keep liking the video if you haven't already. It's easy and it's free. It supports not just my channel, but other channels that are covering similar topics. As you know, we don't just talk about reality television here. We talk about everything in pop culture. So be sure to check out some of the other things that you may have missed. And don't forget, you can hear an audio version of our live recaps and special episodes on the Kempire podcast. You can see I've been talking all day. I'm already starting to like, I need to be done. Let me get to some of the callers. Let me drop the call link here for the live chat. And take a sip of my water. We're going to bring up Wendy. Wendy's first behind the backstage. Again, the opinions of the callers do not represent the opinions of myself, TheKempire LLC, our sponsors, or anyone else. And they're calling in of their own free will, and they agreed not to use profanity, derogatory comments, or to ignore the timer. Wendy, what did you want to share?
Hi, Kempire. How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm fine. Okay. Quick story. I was 17 when I lost my IV. And I was mad at my friends. I was really mad at my friends because I was the last of my friends to lose her V. And they gassed my head up, saying all kinds of things. And when I lost it, I didn't feel a thing. And I was mad. I wasted my first time. I was mad.
What do you mean you
Okay.
didn't feel a thing?
I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel a thing. He was that small. I didn't feel a thing.
I
So,
was about to ask.
so okay, so it all makes sense with Dr. Jackie and Curtis and their relationship. If he was her first and her only and everything, she must not be good in bed, and that's why he's going out with other women in the DR and all that kind of stuff, allegedly. But I noticed that she didn't call him like the other wives call their husband
Oh.
at the thing, and I was like, okay, that was interesting, unless they didn't show it. I think all of them need to, except for Quad. Quad has good style. I'm sorry I went over.
That's
The
okay.
Quad has good style, but all of them needs a stylist. They all need a great stylist. If they have a stylist, fire them. Fire them completely. Burn whatever clothes you got. Just get new clothes. And that's it. All right.
Okay. I'm so sorry for your first time.
All right. You have a good one.
Bye. Is this true? Did Dr. Jackie lose her virginity at 44? No, no. I hope not. I hope not. Damn. Woo woo woo, Wendy. Woo woo woo. Damn. Ooh. Miss Brooklyn says that Jackie and Curtis have a partnership, not a relationship. I want to ask the difference. Look. All right. Let's get to some callers. We have Hayad backstage. Hayad, what did you want to share in regards to marriage to medicine?
Kempire, I can't stop laughing. I was taken aback.
Me too.
I felt like I got a taste of what Kempire After Dark is for a little bit.
It's
and
worse.
I liked it. Oh, it's worse? I loved it. Anyways, your callers always give me life. Dr. Jackie was a virgin. That's the only thing that popped into my head that whole episode. Dr. Jackie was a virgin when she married Mr. Curtis. I cannot believe it. But honestly, it makes a whole lot of sense as to why she's so, like, in general, I can understand why she was so hurt by this man. But it's double. It's double the pain. It's triple the pain. I really hope that she does have a side piece on the side. I'm praying for her. I'm praying. I know I don't really believe in infidelity either, but in this case, I hope Dr. Jackie is having her fun somewhere else. Cause yeah. Anyways, that's all I have to say.
Okay.
Thank you. Really quickly. Mm-hmm. This was the trip that Potomac should have taken, not that Timu version that Ashley planned. Anyways.
Oh. Yes, to Austin.
Oh, you know, that was weird with the chicken and the
yeah.
Ew. Anyways.
Thank you so much, Hayat. Take care. Bye. All right. That's our best. All right. We're gonna bring up Daff next. Hold on. Daff, what's going on?
Hey, Kempire, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hello, this is Daff from South Florida by way of Brooklyn, and I'm a February Aquarian.
Oh, okay.
So I just wanted to share that what I was thinking about Simone talking about sweet tea and heavenly. What I think she was trying to say is that sweet tea doesn't realize how low heavenly could go. So that's how I took it. Like I think that's what she meant. Like, listen, yeah, you're gonna go low, and she's gonna take you straight to hell. So that's the way I interpreted it.
Oh.
And yeah, that's the way I interpreted it. And then with oh shoot, I lost my train of thought with my next point. But anywho, I gave it a 7 because the shade. I mean, I gave it a 7 just for the shade. Toya and the shade and everything that had me in stitches. And that's it.
Thank you, Daff. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye. Okay, wait, hold on. Charles is doing the math. Charles says Jackie's wedding was on 4/20 of 2002. So that's 22 years ago. How old is Dr. Jackie? How old is Dr. Jackie? Hold on, let me look. Google schmoogle it. This is what happened the other night. If you missed it, when I was with hold on. When I was doing my live, we went on a whole Hold on. Let me just do this. Dr. Jackie is 66 years old. She's 66 years old. 22, 44. She lost her virginity when she was 44. Let me just see if she was ever married before. Look, let me just see if she was ever married before. OMG. 44? Was she married before? Look, I'm hoping. Was she married before, y'all? Look. I mean, she's not the only person. If you watch 90 Day Fiance or our recaps from Tuesday Takeover, we've met some 40-year-old virgins. We are today. She's not so boring anymore, is she? What? 44? Oh, shut up. Samira says, I have a sis. Why are you telling your sister's business? Samira, you always tell somebody's business, Samira. Samira says, I have a sis who's 43 and another who's 50. Still virgins. Are they waiting for the one? Damn. Okay, 44. Dr. Jackie allegedly was when she lost her virginity. Oof. Well, according to online, she's 66. No, she's definitely 66. Because remember we were saying that she was hitting retirement age? What? Wow. Allie says like a full virgin? I don't know. She didn't say. Wow. Cal says, are they nuts? Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. Like we're today years old. Okay. 44. All right. Let me get back to I am I'm like, whoa. Okay. Stephanie says, I don't think she's 66. Does it make it better, y'all? She lost her virginity at 40. Does it make it better? Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, let me get to Dewan. Dewan, what did you want to say? Dewan, are you there?
Hey, Kempire, how you doing?
Oh, well, how are you?
Okay. No wonder she said she couldn't feel anything. That thing was dry as the Sahara Desert.
Come on
She was
now.
50 years old.
Let's not do that.
I'm sorry.
No.
Kempire. All right, come on.
No.
That's
Next topic.
She's an OBGYN. She knows. Sorry. Toya, I'm tired of Toya. How could she sit there and insult them to their face and then beg for an apology? Like, that's her MO every single freaking year, and it gets on my nerves. And then lastly, Contessa, as you mentioned, I felt like we was watching it through the same lens. I was so tired of her. It's like we watched you go through the crazy thing with your husband. We spent another season of you and Heavenly going back and forth about what happened on YouTube. Then you left, and now you're still hashing out the same thing. This is 4 years in the making. Like, what is going on? Like, just get over it. I'm eager to see what happens next week. It looks like they're gonna fight. But and then also, yeah, this, to your point, this episode was so weird. It was a random line dancing music video for 2 minutes in the middle. It's like, what is going on, producers? But it was decent other than that.
Yeah. All right, Dawn. Thank you for calling in.
All right, see you.
Bye. All right. Oh, you're right. Yvonne Orgy. She's about to be. Is she 40 now? Yvonne Orgy from Insecure. She's a virgin. Okay. Wait. Why should I not judge? That's why Kempire, you should not judge. What do you mean? I should not judge? About what? Okay. Let's bring up Miss Bernice next. Miss Bernice, what did you want to share?
Hey, Kempire, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
This is Miss Bernice via Detroit, December Capricorn. My birthday the 27th.
Oh,
Uh, to each his own. I'm not gonna rag on, but that answers a whole lot of their codependency on each other. I don't need to say anything else about um of that relationship. With Simone really trying to chastise T on being bullied by Heavenly is really ridiculous because Heavenly came at her first. She befriended her and then took her information that she got from her and turned it against her. And you think I'm supposed to just sit back and just let you do that? Come on now. And after you admitted that you and your husband got a fraud relationship on the show, that he don't even watch the show to see what hell you do on the show, but your wife is always innocent because you don't see what she do. What sense do that make?
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
other than that, Toya been Toya since day one, and Toya gonna be Toya.
Okay.
So that's not gonna change. Woo woo. Love you.
Thank you, Miss Bernice. Thanks for calling
Okay,
in.
bye bye.
Bye. All right. Guys, don't forget to like the video. We're talking about the latest episode of Married to Medicine. We have Lee backstage. We're going to bring Lee up next. Lee, what's going on?
Hey, how are you?
And well, how are you? Where are you going?
You know what? I am in traffic on the George Washington because nobody knows how to drive in this city, okay?
Welcome to New York.
I know. Thank you. But anyways, only thing I had to say is I lost mine when I was 19 and I had a time. So I don't know what those ladies were talking about. They probably just didn't do it with somebody who knew what they were doing, I would say. But I actually do feel a little bit sad for Dr. Jackie. But I will say I do think that takes a lot of discipline. So I think that's really commendable. But I'm sad because it's with Curtis. It's like if this was like a dream man, that would have been so good. Like you waited for like, perfect guy.
But maybe that was her
But
dream
it's
man.
with Curtis.
But maybe that was her dream man.
You know what? I'll give you that. Couldn't be me though. But that's all I had to say. I'm excited for the season. It is a little slow. Almost all the episodes since episode 1 feels like fillers.
It's only episode 4.
Right? Yeah, you're right. All right. Well, that's my time.
Thanks, Lee. Take care. Get home safe. Bye. Just a reminder, too, guys. When you call in, we always say derogatory comments, talking about people's body, and what Lee said in regards to everyone. She doesn't know what everyone else is talking about. Our bodies are so unique. This is why I asked the question in regards to what was your first time is like. And you saw from the live chat that everyone had a different response. That's because everyone's body is so unique. Okay, so just keep that in mind. It's not because, and it could be the partner that he had. Look, Wendy called in and said he was little. So it could be that too, but it could be also just your body. Everyone's body is very unique in regards to these situations. I can't say because I'm a guy, so we don't have those experiences like that. All right, Peyton's backstage. We're going to bring Peyton up next. Peyton, what did you want to share in regards to Married to Medicine?
Hi, Kempire.
Hey, how are you?
How are you? I'm doing good, thank you. I just want to say, I am so upset about Married to Medicine because Married to Medicine has been my number one absolute favorite show since the beginning. Like there was a time period where you could just show me a scene and I could tell you exactly what season, what episode that is because I was just so into it. I don't know what's going on with it. I mean, I'm still watching, of course, because I love Heavenly. I actually love all the girls. This is a franchise where I do like everybody, and they're all necessary and needed, in my opinion. Besides Sweet Tea, I don't really care for her. No shade. But I don't know. I don't know if they need Mariah back. I was never a Mariah fan, but she did bring so much.
Yeah.
So you can't deny that. I don't know if Lisa Nicole, she did bring stuff to her husband, Darren. Like, and even Jill, I know you people brought up Jill.
Yes.
Jill was that her husband left her because he found out she was cheating right before the reunion. So I mean, I don't know, I don't know what to say. But I love the show. I'm still gonna watch it. They're all real. I love what they bring, their personality. So, but yeah, that's my time.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Peyton, for calling in.
No problem.
Bye. You can tell Peyton was definitely a real fan because she remembered everything. I was like, oh, okay. Yes, you're refreshing my memory. I can't remember everything from the past seasons. All right, let's get to some more callers. We have Eli. Eli's backstage. Hold on one second. Eli, what did you want to share in regards to Married to Medicine?
Hey, Kempire.
Hey.
I hope all is well. So I want to share that I feel like for me, I seen a post that said that Bravo needs to thank Simone and Jackie for their services. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to see that a little bit. I feel like even though I love Jackie because I just feel like the OBGYN aspect, I just love seeing that. But I do feel like at this point, she should just be a friend or something because she's becoming like unhelpful. Unless she gets nasty, I feel like nobody has really gotten into her because I feel like they're scared of her.
Mm.
And so then the other thing was, I do agree with you. It was a weird reaction when Toya said what she said because she just insulted both of them. So Jackie had all the right to say whatever she wanted to say back to her. So when she's like she needs an apology, I'm like, what?
No.
So I'm like, I was confused by that, and I also do feel like the episode felt a little weird today. I will say, but I enjoyed it somewhat. I will say I love Quad, and Letitia's starting to like get on my nerves. Like she got on my nerves since the moment she said, "I'm gonna send her a cease and desist." Like, come on, like let's because I feel like the minute you start doing that, it's like then you really cannot be on TV. Like you really need to go sit down because if you cannot, I mean, all the stuff that they have said about Heavenly and all the stuff Heavenly has said about them, and she hasn't sent a cease and desist. Like, come on now. But yeah, the episode was like a 7 for me. So yeah, that's it.
Okay. Thank you, Eli, for
Bye.
calling in. Take care.
Thank you.
Um, she didn't send the cease and desist, but some of the things that Heavenly did say about her did cross the line. Talking about her infertility and things like that. So and then calling her husband a pedophile. So just there were some things that crossed the line. Jessica, we're gonna bring you up next. Jessica, what did you want to share in regards to Mary's medicine?
Hey, Kempire.
Hey, how are you?
Good, good, good. So yes, I will definitely ask Dr. Heavenly the question. But I also do feel like I think in this group, because they're all doctors, like different comments like substance, it really stands out to them because I remember when
Mm.
Robin said that thing about her about Dr. Wendy not having substance, like she really went off about it because of like her stature and who she is.
Yeah.
So I think that Toya, she's already insecure about like she has been insecure for years about like where she is in the group because she is like the only housewife. Because I think even Quad at the time she had the job with medical sales and
Yeah.
everything. So it's like her Dr. Jackie saying that after like seasons of Toya, I guess showing growth last season with her business, she really felt offended. And then as far as like Sweet Tea and Contessa, I will say that Contessa, she does kind of remind me of that friend, and I am a therapist that constantly wants to stay in their situation, but they have to have people around them hear everything that they're going through. And so
Mm.
she's someone who it could be very, very draining to be their friend.
Yeah.
And so Dr. Heavenly, she did say on her channel one time that she had told Contessa, like, look, if you're not going to leave him, then you need to stop bashing him on social media.
Yeah, I
And
remember that.
after that, she basically like ghosted Heavenly and came back with this storyline.
Yep.
And so I do think that there's people who they do like to commiserate on their issues, but it's like but it's like they just want to just talk bad about their man and then
And they're
have
never
their
gonna
friend.
leave him.
Yes, yes. So yeah,
Mm.
that's it.
All
All
right.
right.
Thank you for calling in, Jessica.
No problem.
And get back
Bye.
with us with that question.
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Bye. All right. All right. Tyrese is going to be our last caller. Tyrese, what did you want to share in regards to Married to Medicine's latest episode?
Hey, Kempire.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Tired and hungry.
Good. Yes, I'm not gonna be long. I'm in Atlanta, January, Capricorn, first time calling in. So I just wanted to share a little experience that I had. So I guess it's about 5 years ago now, but about February in 2020, I attended Dr. Jackie's book signing,
Mhm.
and she has the book Queen V, amazing book, and the experience was great. When Dr. Jackie got all the backlash that she got, I was really surprised because my experience was really positive in that experience.
Mm.
She was really lovely to meet, and Quad was there. Quad was actually the host. She was
Oh.
hosting Sister Circle, and so Quad hosted the event. Dr. Heavenly was there. I think that was when her and Simone was kind of going through there. So Simone wasn't there, but Dr. Damon was there.
Mm.
I think Scott was there, and Curtis was there, of course. But it was just a nice experience. I took selfies with Quad, and Heavenly was kikiing with them. They were like really, really down to earth. So when Quad was seen as someone that wasn't friends with them, it was just kind of, I was just surprised because I saw them in a different way.
Yeah.
Last little thing I just wanted to share. My husband is a photographer, and every once in a while he's invited to the organization that Curtis does his DR stuff with.
Mhm.
Like they have events in Atlanta sometimes, and he shoots like some of their events. It's not often that he's invited to shoot for them, but every time that he has, Jackie has been there. And so they've been there together. And so I don't know if she attends the DR stuff or not. But my husband came home and was like, "What do you think about me going to DR?" I was like, "Going to DR to do what? You know how we talk about that on Kempire?" "Oh no, not my husband." But he said, he would bring me, but I just thought that was funny. So I'll keep you posted if that ends up happening. But
Yes.
yeah.
Ooh, that's hilarious. So it really is a thing. Okay. With
It
the
is a thing.
organization.
There's a Black-owned business that they're building luxury hotels in the DR and other places around the world. So
Okay. All right. Look, I love it when people come through with receipts. Thank you so much, Tyrese, for calling in.
all right, thank you.
Take care.
Have a good one.
You too. Bye. See, that's a great way to end today's messy, messy live. All right. Right, Hetty said, not my husband. But no, look, he's doing the Lord's work. Well, not the Lord's work, but he's doing business over there in DR. All right. She came through as proof. Okay. All right. Thank you all for being here. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your Monday. I will see you all in the next recap, which will be Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And then, of course, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. In between time, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on our pop culture updates. Don't forget, the Kempire After Dark live experience will be returning to Washington, D.C. on Friday, January 24th. Then we'll be returning back here in New York City on Friday, February 21st. More information on that and the live streaming link will be available in the description. All right, y'all. I will see you all in the next one. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you to our subscribers, our channel members, and our King's Guards for holding us down. Shout out to everyone watching on Facebook, Twitch, and of course here on TikTok. And those of you watching on YouTube, we appreciate you guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Monday. Bye, y'all. I'm out of here.